A woman stepped out wearing oversized sunglasses, spotless boots, and a clipboard tucked under her arm like a weapon. Behind her, two men in matching polo shirts with an HOA logo followed like backup dancers. She didn't say hello. "Are you the occupant of this property?" she asked. I leaned on the fence post qui depends was asking. She sighed dramatically, already annoyed. "I'm Karen Whitmore, president of the High Ridge Estates Homeowners Association. You are in serious violation of HOA code." I looked past her, across the open pasture, the cattle grazing, the barn my family had owned for generations. "This is a ranch. There's no HOA here." She smirked. "According to our expansion filing, there is now." She handed me a stack of papers. Highlighted. Tab. Color code. Violations include unauthorized agricultural structures, non-compliant fencing, livestock exceeding community limits, unapproved water usage, and, my favorite, aesthetic disruption. At the bottom was a bold line. Notice of eviction, 30 days. I actually loved. "You're evicting me from land my family bought in Kanish Achalish." Karen pushed her sunglasses down slightly. "Sir, sarcasm won't help you. High Ridge Estates has jurisdiction now. You will remove the cattle, dismantle the barn, and vacate the residence." One of the men added, "Failure to comply will result in fines escalating to seizure." I asked, "Who approved this expansion?" Karen tapped the paper. "The HOA board." "No," I said. "Who approved it legally?" Her smile thinned. "Our attorneys handled that." I nodded slowly. "Good to know." She turned to leave, then paused. "Oh, and we've already scheduled an eviction hearing. You're expected to attend." She walked back to the sub like she'd just concord something. That night, I sat at my kitchen table reading every page. Their filing referenced federal HOA compliance codes, national oversight clauses, regulatory language that most people never read. Language I recognized immediately, because I helped write it. By the next morning, the fines started coming. $1, triple shuin a day. Then $2, pacho. Letters arrived by courier. Threats escalated. Neighbors I'd never met drove by slowly, staring like I was already gone. I didn't respond to any of it. 2 weeks later, I showed up at the county courthouse for the eviction hearing. Karen was already there with her lawyer, smelling like this was a formality. She waved when she saw me, actually waved, like she was saying goodbye. The judge entered. Karen stood confidently. "Your Honor, this is a straightforward case of HOA enforcement against a non-compliant resident." The judge glanced at the file. "Mark Carter, do you have legal representation?" I stood. "No, Your Honor." Karen's smile widened. "However," I added, "I do have standing." The judge raised an eyebrow. "Go on, Guy." I handed the clerk a folder. Karen leaned toward her lawyer. "What is he doing?" The judge opened the folder. And everything in the room changed. The judge didn't speak right away. She flipped through the document slowly, deliberately. Her expression shifted from neutral to curious to sharp. Karen's lawyer leaned forward. "Your Honor, what exactly is that?" The judge looked up. "Mark Carter, is this accurate?" "Yes," I said calmly. Karen looked once, nervously. "This is ridiculous. He's trying to delay." "Ms. Whitmore," the judge said, holding up a hand. "You will wait." She turned back to me. "You're stating that you are the federal administrator for HOA regulatory compliance." "I am," I replied. "Appointed 12 years ago. Confirmed by Congress. My office oversees HOA charters, enforcement limits, and dissolution authority nationwide." Silence. The judge continued reading. Karen's lawyer whispered urgently to her. "Karen, this is not good." She hissed back, "He's lying." The judge looked up again. "Mark Carter, did your office approve High Ridge Estates expansion into this ranch property?" "No, Your Honor." "Did they submit for review?" "No. Are you aware they cited federal compliance codes in their filing?" "Yes." "Incorrectly." The judge closed the folder. Karen stood abruptly. Your Honor, this is a conflict of interest. He shouldn't even be allowed here. The judge's voice hardened. Ms. Whitmore, sit down. She did. Your HOA does not have jurisdiction over this land, the judge said. In fact, your expansion filing is invalid, your eviction notice is unlawful, and your fines are unenforceable. Karen's lawyer stood. Your Honor, we request a recess. Denied. The judge turned to me. Mark Carter, would you like to make a statement? I nodded. I don't want damages. I don't want fines. I just want the harassment to stop. Karen exhaled loudly in relief. However, I continued, given the misuse of federal authority, falsified filings, and attempted unlawful seizure of property, I am formally initiating a compliance audit of High Ridge Estates HOA. Her relief vanished. The judge looked at Karen. Do you understand what that means? Karen's voice cracked. An audit? Yes, the judge said. Which can result in suspension or dissolution. Karen stood again, panicking. We were just enforcing rules. Rules you had no authority to enforce, the judge replied. By the end of the hearing, the eviction was dismissed with prejudice. The HOA was ordered to cease all contact with me. And the audit was entered into the record. 3 months later, High Ridge Estates no longer existed. Their board was dissolved. Their funds frozen pending investigation. Their residents absorbed into county governance. Karen resigned before the final report dropped. Last week, I salted Black Sub again. It drove past my rank slowly. Didn't stop. Didn't turn around. Just kept going, like it finally understood it never belonged there.